David.
You already got it. The meeting is being
Oh,
registered.
maybe Ben already did it. Perfect. Okay, thank you, David. He's in the land somewhere. Yeah. Thank you.
Never land.
I know.
He's
Everything works when David shows up. Thanks, David.
All the time. I know how this goes. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for the Albany County Commissioners, July 21st, 2026 regular meeting. First order of business is call to order and roll call. Commissioner Gozar?
Here.
Commissioner Hoff?
Here.
Commissioner Jones present. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have two public hearings this morning. The first one is Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act of 2000, Title III, County Projects. Would anyone like to make comment on Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act of 2000 for Title III, County Projects? Last call. Would anyone like to make public comment on Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act of 2000, Title III, County Projects, either online or in the room?
Madam Chair, I move we close the public hearing for the Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act of 2000, Title III, County Projects. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. The second public hearing is Wyoming Business Council Business Ready Community Grant Application. Would anyone like to make public comment on the Wyoming Business Council Business Ready Community Grant Application, either in the room or online? Yes, sir. Come on up.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I am Ford Rundell. I am the mine manager for WYO Silver and the primary industry contact for this grant proposal. Thank you for taking the time to review this today. This project means significantly improved public safety along Marshall Road, in addition to improved access to our reserves in the area, which drives local jobs and new tax base. I want to thank Bailey Quick and all the county staff for their hard work getting us here. This was a solid win, so I appreciate that. We're really grateful for your partnership and respectfully request your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to make a public comment on the Wyoming Business Council Business Ready Community Grant Application? Thank you. It was flickering.
Oh, no, it's a different one today.
May I have a motion to?
Yeah,
close
Madam
the
Chair, I move that we close the public hearing for the Wyoming Business Council Business Ready Community Grant Application.
All those,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 4, comments from the public. Would anyone like to make? Well, good morning, David.
Good morning. How are you
Good.
this morning? Madam Chair, Commissioners, just want to introduce you to Jeremy Grover. He's our new assistant planner. Just started yesterday. So you'll see him around.
Good. Congratulations. We're glad to have you.
Good to be here.
And I think David will keep you busy.
Mhm.
Well, Sarah, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just wanted to take a moment this morning in your meeting to make sure that you're all aware that we are celebrating the grand opening of the Pilot Hill Trailhead and also celebrating the completion of the 50 miles of trails in the recreation corridor. The event is tomorrow at 5:30 in the evening. It'll wrap up around 8:30. We'll be serving barbecue and we have a great band coming, and we're also going to do a ribbon cutting. So we're really hoping that at least one, if not all three of you commissioners can be there so that we can hand you some scissors and officially recognize the great contribution the county has made in the Pilot Hill project. So
And
I hope you can join us.
And you said that was 5:30?
5:30 in the evening at 3909 Willett Drive. You can't miss it.
There's a big parking lot there now.
Right, big
And I was pretty sure it wasn't AM, but.
Yeah. Yes,
No,
it's an
you
evening
you did
event.
exactly right.
Yes, we're trusting that the good karma that the county has extended to us is gonna hold that, the weather hold out. Commissioner Gossett, did you have a question?
Nope.
Okay, thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Item 5, consideration of changes on the agenda.
I have one. Oh, come on up for the first time. I'm gonna walk something on. Okay, sorry, I just got excited. I would like to add a request for approval for public health office to close on Friday, August 7th for outreach events that we are making.
Okay. Suggestions is where anybody would like this?
Is that stuff on 25 and 26?
Yeah, and I'm flexible.
We're gonna do 26A.
Okay,
Perfect. Thank you, thank you.
And that was 8/7.
Yes.
7th.
8/7, Friday, August 7th. Yeah.
any other changes to the agenda this morning? Item 6, disclosure.
And Carol, you were refraining from the regular agenda item 12, the downtown clinic is listed there.
None for me, Madam Chair.
And none from me. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 8 of the regular agenda, discuss the digital sign placement. Good morning, Jake.
Commissioners, good morning. So we have the sign that we've been working on for a long time. It's ready for delivery. And I need to get with Jeremy, or the sheriff on where we can house that and down on the fairgrounds while we get it ready to go. But I need direction. Let me rephrase that. I need you to give me direction to get to Anthony on where we're gonna put it and how we're gonna install it. If it's gonna go on the south side of the building where we'd originally planned, we're gonna have to remove some of the existing planters to make room for that. And I've already talked to Anthony about some other things, we'll say, to
Okay.
facilitate that. But as far as infrastructure goes or removal of some of that stuff is, I guess, what I'm here for. And then we will put it on the trailer and have it operational. And it'll be a moving advertising sign like the city requires.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
I guess since it's voting starts today, it would be really interesting to hear if Kayla had some ideas about where we might do it to bring attention to that.
Yeah, did we have it somewhere, Tim? Is it here? Is it in?
It is not. I need to get it delivered. I should be able to have it delivered this week, I think. And we can put it, I think, anywhere based on the
Well,
city's
the idea is it's
interpretation.
movable.
It is movable.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, we could have it running on a generator and drive it around town.
Yeah.
Just have somebody drive the truck. So,
Goodness.
but yes, it is movable and it can go anywhere that we either have permission or that the county owns the property on. So it can go anywhere.
Well, I would say let's get it here and start whatever kind of demolition we need to do on that planter to have
Okay.
that set in.
We don't have the ability to put it there permanently, is that correct, on the planter? Am I-
That's correct.
We don't have the permission to put it.
We don't have the
I
the
have a
city.
picture that it would be on top of the planter.
Yeah.
And then it could be moved if we needed to move it, but that may.
It's on a trailer
It's on a
now.
trailer, so if
Well, I
we did
know, but
that,
I
we
was
could
thinking
do that.
that.
We could do that, yes, we could do that. I would not advise that, but. My recommendation would be we either set it next to the planter or we remove the planter and put it there where we had originally planned it to go and then, you know.
We can move it from there
it
anytime.
From there
Yeah.
to other places.
And that would be much easier to move and bring back than have to put it up on top of the planter. Like
Absolutely
what
agree.
I was thinking, so
Yes,
that's good.
yes. Agree.
The garden club will have a
They might-
conversation, when that goes, and so maybe be proactive about reaching out to them and talking to them about the changes.
Well, it's not that, I mean, how many feet?
I think it's the fact that the garden would be going away, not the signs would be.
No, but,
Right, right.
but the whole garden won't be going away.
No, there's two planters there. The one on the southern side.
Yes.
That whole one probably, I mean, the whole one doesn't have to go away, but in practicality, the whole one's gonna go away. The whole south side,
Right, okay,
because it's.
but there's still the north side.
There's still the north side.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then if we want
And
to,
I'm sure that they may choose to come and remove many of those plants that are
Yeah,
perennial.
and I
and
think we would
put them
probably
different
be,
places.
we wouldn't have an objection to allowing them to kind of expand that into either side of that northern one, or do some additional things to kind of offset that. Would be my,
And they
offering
might
that.
move some of the plants back over here. Too.
yeah.
And then maybe the library would be another interesting place just to park it in the parking lot if Rachel, found it to be amenable to that. A lot of people use the library. You get a lot of traffic, just even if it was just in the parking lot, not on Main Street, on Grand, but just to alert people to the election.
Yep, that would be an option.
And if we're parking it there on days the library's not open, I don't think it'd be any inconvenience to
Yeah.
the library, so, okay.
I don't think we wanna be moving this every single day.
I would agree. I mean,
don't
it
know.
is-
I don't
On a
either.
trailer,
I don't
it's still
think-
kind of fragile. I think the whole, I mean, there were two reasons for putting it on a trailer. One is because we got the no answer from planning and zoning. The other is because now that, spec passed, we could then eventually put it at a permanent spot at a new, whatever our new building is. So, I mean, I think we do kind of want to keep it, relatively stationary, right?
I would
As
agree.
long as
My-
possible, not move it too much, because we don't want to risk damaging it,
Sure.
because it's not.
My
cheap.
suggestion of driving it around town advertising.
I thought it
more
was-
just than
No,
serious.
no.
I took
No.
it that way.
And this community has a hard enough time communicating events and government interactions as is, so the south side's great and as
Yeah.
prominently as we can place it.
And it is movable. I mean, I agree with Bailey. We don't want to be moving it every day, but it is
Sure.
movable.
It's
and
on
we-
wheels.
We can move it a little bit.
And so how long are you expecting until it gets here?
This week.
Okay, so probably it would be best to talk to the sheriff because county fair starts now.
Yes.
And so it would be in a much safer place somewhere out at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Agreed.
May I ask a
Or
question?
Road and Bridge, yeah.
So when, on the occasion when the sign is at a different location, what happens like with that current sign that's there now? Can that be put back there so we still have like on wheels? So we still have the designated that this is the courthouse?
That's a
I mean-
really good point.
Not
Tracy.
everybody from out of town
Right.
knows.
I would say it's possible, but I think Anthony would have to have something built or something where it was movable, so it didn't blow over. So right
Something
now-
would blow away.
But yeah, I mean, it's always anything.
I mean, we do.
Well,
get a
and I
lot
think
of
it's that
students come to
old
register.
sign could be used for different activities, so I don't want it to be thrown away.
You're talking the one out here that's the monument style right now. If we were to relocate it at like a 45-degree angle, pointed at the intersection over here,
That could be.
and
an
just bring it
option.
off center, so it's still a permanent fixture. And just draw it back a little ways, so it's not blocking anything else that might be on wheels, signage wise.
I'll let you give Anthony that direction and
We can have that discussion with Anthony.
Yeah, we may just have to
We may have to have a little,
work through it.
um,
But no, I agree. I don't think the sign should go away. I don't.
I mean, we get a lot of students from out of town that don't necessarily know.
Well, it's also on the building itself too. But
right.
The more
but-
times we can point it out to,
I understand.
Yeah.
just saying.
Or move it to the north side.
On top of the, sculpture.
The north side.
Oh,
For right now, does that give you enough direction, Jake?
that gives me plenty of direction. And after what, 2 years,
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you for your patience and getting this project mostly done.
We know it's coming along. So,
All right, well, thank you.
thank you, Jake. That's fantastic. Okay. Item 9, discuss the Ready, Set, Go campaign that's been adopted statewide. Okay. Yes.
See you behind me? Sorry. You scared me.
All right. Good morning, commissioners. This is the Ready, Set, Go evacuation campaign that we launched last April here in Albany County. And this week, these other 5 associations and organizations have adopted it, and it is now getting pushed out statewide. So it's Wyoming Office of Homeland Security, Wyoming All Hazards Association, the Wyoming Association for Cops and Sheriffs, and the Rural Fire Association, and Wyoming State Forestry. It has also been popping up in Colorado on a few fires over the last week. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's getting pushed out statewide.
I think that's great.
Yep,
Thank
and we do have up on the website, there's a whole page for Ready, Set, Go and evacuation that lists out more details that are on the back of the card that you have. And once our full campaign with all of these logos that are on there, we'll update the website as well.
Now, are these cards available or is this?
Yep, we've been handing those out
Oh,
for
good.
a while.
Okay.
Yep.
That's
Can we
great.
have them all in our offices, maybe?
Yep, you have some on
We do,
here.
okay, so look at that, see? 'Cause
Yeah.
these-
They're up there
They're right on
already.
your counter.
See, look at that, see? Perfect, thank you.
And there's
These are
an out
great
here in front of the
refrigerator
sheriff's office
cards.
as well.
Thank you. There's one in my office.
I can put some in your office.
That'd be great.
Okay.
Maybe the assessor's office too.
Already.
Honestly, you might go for all the county offices here in the courthouse.
And thank you for
Thank
the first responders camp. I've been
Yes.
getting peppered with kiddo questions ever since, so.
That's good.
You're welcome. It went great. We had more kids
I
than we
think
were
it's
expecting.
really cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you for all the work you put in on that.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I've got.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item 10, set allocation of U.S. Forest Service funds on the Secure Rural Schools and Community Determination Act of 2000 and direct the treasurer to submit preferred allocation election to Wyoming State Treasurer's Office. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. So this is separate from the public hearing we had. Those were already distributed, and when I filled out the form from the State Treasurer's Office, I used the exact same percentages that we've been doing historically since we originally elected the percentages. And really, there's not a lot of leeway. We can, on the Title I, we can go from 85% to 80% and then move the additional 5% down, to Title II and Title III. But this seems to be working as kind of what we're used to. Unless you guys want to see changes, I can sure change it up.
Well, I don't see any reason
I don't.
to change it.
I don't see what we gain or lose by,
Exactly. There's not much to gain or lose by
Yeah.
changing it from what we have been doing.
so we'll keep it static at 85, 8, and 7 for Title I, Title II, Title III.
Yes.
Are there any limitations on what type of roads these can be used on? Tracy, did you know?
I don't think so, because generally we just put it directly into the general fund, into the road and bridge revenue line. So it's just supplementing what they're already doing with the maintenance and other items that they do regularly.
Okay, the same with the fire and the sheriff's office.
Yeah, there's the limitations, like the fire warden can use it for fire-wise community activities, and the sheriff's office can use it for search and rescue. So, I guess I got all my good speaking out last night. But, yeah, there's those limitations that are under that act.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I move that we set the allocations for the U.S. Forest Reserve Fund on the Secure Rural Schools and Community Determination Act of 2000 and direct the treasurer to submit the preferred allocation election to the state treasurer's office as presented at Title I at 85%, Title II at 8%, and Title III at 7%.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 11, discuss invitation to cooperate with the city of Laramie to provide information on the 5th penny sales tax. Well, good morning again, Tracy.
Good morning once again. Owen Schilt with the city manager's office in the city of Laramie reached out and wanted to see if we wanted to combine forces to get, just some education and information out on the 5th penny. As you know, it's on the ballot for the November 3rd election. And it's a substantial amount for Albany County, for not only us, but the town of Rock River and the city of Laramie. So I didn't know what kind of information you guys wanted to provide, and I didn't want to be the sole person providing said information. So I thought we could just have a quick discussion and brainstorm on what you'd like me to put forth, or you can reach out to Owen or city manager Feeser as well. And this is
This is just straight off the county or the city's website.
this, I don't think it's live on their website yet. This is kind of the draft, and because he said, excuse typos, it's not set in stone yet, so
Oh, okay.
all the disclaimers.
Is it big enough?
They also did provide a link to, is it Campbell County or the city of Gillette, one of the two, of what they've done to educate on the 5th penny.
And so the percentages. Zoom. Okay,
So let me.
are those our percentages that we've done in the past?
It doesn't have specific percentages, it just gets allocated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
think
a-
it says 20%.
The 5th penny is
Okay.
based on,
That's what
point
it
of
represents in their
collection.
budget.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Point of collection and then population distribution.
And this isn't nearly as impactful to the county as it is to the city and Rock River. But I don't know how much Rock River sees out of it.
I mean, it's,
We've got, like,
From
last
the
year,
budget.
Yeah.
we estimated 1 million, we got 1.4 million.
So
For
that's
our
pretty
1%
substantial.
optional, so it's nothing to,
Nothing to scoff at, but
Well,
yes,
yeah,
it's
most
not,
definitely.
it's not detrimental to the county operating. Well,
well, yes, yes, it is.
Mm.
Because you take 250,000 out of that 1.5 million off the top for your community partners. And everything else goes to continuing education. Gosh, we just did budget, all those things that were in there, I think there's software, there's transfers to help other funds, there's grant match money.
Oh, that's very important.
So there's a lot of funds. I mean, we're leveraging those funds,
we're leveraging the fund, but we will survive if for some reason it doesn't.
it'll be,
I know,
well, I don't know if there's a Band-Aid that big,
I know.
so. And then if People's Initiative,
Right.
all the things
All right.
at one time.
yeah, there'd be a lot of whammies all at one time.
Yeah.
That could be really tough.
And the great thing about the 5th penny, it's like it in the name, general optional. We can use it for about anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm a big favor of cooperating with the city force on this, but
They already have it out there.
it's just a discussion, right?
Yeah, it's a discussion and just kind of what items you feel are important. And not necessarily, you don't have to let me know like right this instant, but as you maybe are meeting with constituents, they can tell you, hey, this is important to me. And then, oh yeah, that's in the 5th penny. We can convey that. Of course, there's going to be dollar amounts. That's what I'm better at this is
The dollar.
the dollars, I'm an accountant and a little bit of a number nerd, so I can work on those things, but I didn't know if you had other items that were important.
Would it be helpful if maybe we just put together something I could help you, Tracy, about how that impacts and maybe get it to the commissioners, and then if you guys have anything you want to add,
That would be good,
would that be, I'd be
Come up
happy
with
to work with you.
Okay.
because I think, I think everybody understands how important grants are. for Albany
You could
County.
even list specific projects if you want to, I can give you a list.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
to
that'd be
big
great.
chunk of match.
I just
You can do
pulled up the budget sheet too, like it pays the money that we pay to the city of Laramie for EMS services in the county.
No,
That-
I get it. I'm just
No,
saying the
no, I
cooperation
was-
with the city is this body sitting right here can vote on this tax right here.
Yes.
Right, but
So I don't,
but I was thinking.
No,
I
I
was
was
just,
just,
this is information that goes
Sure.
out
It'll
to the
be
public,
to the public.
and so we should provide them with some information
Well,
on how.
I think they
we
need to
use
know
the
where
money.
those funds are being used.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how they impact our community, if that does not happen or not.
Mhm.
I think giving facts is
Good.
all we can do.
And
But I'm happy to help you with that, Tracy. If you'd like.
Yeah, we can definitely come up with
something and this is at no charge from the city either. They're willing just to.
And we can link it on our page then too.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Or they do have, I think up at the
Unless
top
they
there, you
have
can
to
see
do
our
it.
logos up there. I think they can have the ability to link it back to our page too. So if we wanted to make our own page
Oh, gotcha.
or on there, it half dozen, 1/6 to the other. So whether it's a link to us or right there with them. As you think of things, just let me know. That's all.
Tracy,
Because I
thank
know,
you.
yeah, you bet. Thank you.
Item 12, present for approval fiscal year 2027, 1% community partner funding agreements between Albany County and Albany County Fair Alumni Association, Albany County Fairgrounds, Hospice of Laramie, Climb, Wyoming, Laramie Regional Airport, Epson Center for Senior Citizens, Greater Wyoming Big Brothers Big Sisters Common Outdoor Ground Downtown Clinic for the good of Laramie, Laramie Interfaith, Pilot Hill, Telehope, United Way of Albany County, Laramie Bike Net, Cathedral Home, Laramie Home, our Home on the Range, Regency Retirement Residence of Laramie, and Volunteers of America, Northern Rockies, and Wyoming singer-songwriters. Bailey.
Good morning, Commissioners. So during budget, you all approved the community partner funding. I sent the agreements out last week. This is the first round of agreements that came in by my deadline of Wednesday at 5 last week. So this is the first chunk of them. You'll see more in the next few meetings.
any discussion?
That's what I'm.
No, I didn't think Commissioner Gosar was gonna discuss, okay.
I was waiting for you. to
No, no.
have a discussion.
I move that we approve the fiscal year 2027 1% community partnership funding agreement between Albany County, the Albany County Fair Alumni Association, Albany County Fairgrounds, Hospice, Laramie, Climb, Wyoming, Laramie Regional Airport, Epson Center for Seniors, Greater Wyoming Group Brothers Big Sisters Common Outdoor Ground, Downtown Clinic for the good of Laramie, Laramie Interfaith, Pilot Hill, Telehope, United Way of Albany County, Laramie Bike Net, Cathedral Home, Home on the Range, Regency Retirement Residency at Laramie, Volunteers of America, Northern Rockies, and the Wyoming Singer-Songwriters.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 13, present for approval resolution 2026-018 in support of and authorizing submission of application to the Business Ready Community Grant and Loan Program for a project on behalf of the governing body of Albany County, Wyoming, in partnerships with WyoSilver LLC for the Marshall Road Improvement Project, and direct the chairperson to sign the certification and resolution. Morning, Bailey.
Morning. So this is our Marshall Road Improvement Project in partnership with WyoSilver. It's an application through Wyoming Business Council. The resolution and certification are requirements to sign this. Application's due by the August 1st, and then it'll go through 2 boards. We are waiting to hear from Wyoming Business Council on a question regarding the mat. I've yet to hear from her, so there's a slight chance we may not put this application. I may not submit this application by Friday next week, but we do need to go through all the steps now because this is the last meeting until then. And Ford is here if you have any questions regarding it.
Ford, I know that we, visited a little bit. So is the improvement on the Marshall Road primarily just those two hills?
No, so the grant as put together right now is full resurfacing of the road, bringing the shoulders in to widen out the road. And then adding 4 inches of gravel across the 15 miles of road.
Okay.
So that's, the majority of the funds for this grant are going into that gravel.
Do you have an idea, Ford, of how many people that Marshall Road serves that isn't your organization? So.
I don't off the top of my head. Jake did mention traffic studies were kind of planned for this year sometime. I don't know if those are completed yet or not, but that would give you a pretty good idea if that's been completed.
Those traffic studies, I believe, are part of the Safe Streets for All project that we have going on, which hasn't kicked off yet.
Okay. And then there was, in your application, I saw some language that was hesitant. So I'll just read it. The processing plant will be located in either Cheyenne or Laramie. Which one?
So we're a startup, it's early days. We're still trying to figure out which is more economic. There's some benefits to being in Laramie in that we don't have to use the interstate with our haul trucks. The interstate has lower requirements than the state highways do. But then we have to load it twice, which adds some cost as well. So we're working with various contractors to figure out costs for hauling and kind of get to the bottom of that still.
Okay, and are you going through the Laramie County Commission to with the Wyoming Business Council as well?
No, we are not.
No. Well, see, there might be a determining factor where that processing plant was. Quite honestly, it'd be hard to justify Albany County funding a business grant with the processing plant being in Cheyenne. Be that as it may, I just have a few other thoughts that as I look through here. That was mentioned a few times, it not having, and then this statement really caused me some trouble. The company will likely opt to delay operations at Greasewood Creek indefinitely if the project isn't funded. Difficult language. Tell me what you were thinking about that in there, please.
Yeah, well, this is really critical. We need to be able to move material from the mine site to our plant. And we won't be able to do that without a road use agreement here. And in order to get that road use agreement, we have to make these upgrades. So it's kind of make or break.
Yeah, so does the business plan that you have include that the county has to be helpful to your business being successful, or do you have a business plan that operates outside of government funding?
So our business plan going into all this operates outside of any sort of government funding. Bentonite haul roads across the state don't typically require 4 inches of gravel, for example. So going into this project, our expected costs on this road were significantly lower than what this grant application is for. So realistically, if we don't get this grant, we'll go look at a different mine site, look at permitting a different area, and move forward that way. It just delays the whole thing.
Yeah. And you're not interested in pursuing a loan. You're just interested in pursuing a grant from the business council, is that right?
Correct, yes.
And could you talk to me about that? Just not interested in signing on for the loan amount, or what is it?
Yeah, the reserves in this area really don't justify that kind of expense in this road. So really the math doesn't pencil out unless we have some assistance somewhere near. Yeah.
Thank you for it.
I do believe that, this will benefit everyone that uses the Marshall Road, particularly because there's two hills that are both on kind of blind curves. And if you've ever pulled a trailer down there, you get a whoopsie a little bit on those hills. And this should help that a lot because the widening, so it gives you a little bit more room, and that's not exceeding the speed limit by any means. It's even being careful. You've got to be so careful on those hills, and for everybody using the Marshall Road from this.
Absolutely. Yeah, these are dangerous hills that have been documented. We have a bunch of accidents that we've documented happening there. In talking with locals that do use the road as a part of this grant process, you know, everybody hates this road. It's dangerous. It feels dangerous to drive it. So everybody's that I've talked to is in support.
And you
of
don't
this
even have
project.
to be pulling
Yeah.
a trailer to
Yeah.
find it dangerous.
Yeah.
Let alone if you are pulling a trailer, and I've never driven a big rig across that, and that it could almost make you wet your pants.
Yeah, I don't know how the cattle haulers do it.
Yeah.
I guess my concern is you mentioned in our conversation that it's a 5-year deposit. And so basically we're doing a $4 million improvement on a road that is already satisfied as a county road. And we're doing a $4 million improvement strictly for your purposes.
Well, yeah, I guess I would.
And yeah, it as a collateral benefit, yes, it would benefit the folks that already live on that road, but when they bought property out there or inherited property, they knew the infrastructure they were getting. I own and operate a private business. It's not a big one, but every time I've needed money for something, I get to go to the bank and take out a loan. So I've never, that does bother me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I will say the road doesn't currently meet county standards. These are Jake's standards that he's set up, that we're bringing the road up to the minimum county standard through this project.
But we're facilitating it as a whole road.
Yeah, we're bringing it up to use to standards for commercial traffic. Absolutely.
Bailey, could you tell me what the number is that we're looking to approve? Does any of the contract language have a blank?
Because we are still waiting for Heather Tupper to get back to us from business council, so. Give me just a moment.
A range would be great, thanks. Yeah.
Of course. So the grant application would either be, it'd be anywhere from 3,239,400 to 2,429,550. So it's about $800,000 difference between the two.
And then, Ford, would you, change the road specifications if we were down to the lower part? Because I see the preliminary cost estimate of almost $3.5 million. If you were receiving $2.2 million, it makes up the 1.3 shortfall. Is that on the county?
So right now, it's us matching that. We're trying to come up with.
One of the conversations we had is the county would put Jake's time in as in kind. That's the only match that the county is able to afford. Wyo Silver is responsible for all the other match through the grant.
And did you have a number? Is that 10 grand for Jake's time? Is that number?
It's actually a little higher, it's 250,000, but it's something over years, a year span. But then that's money in my grant match that we then use to pay him for all those grant projects that we do. So, because it includes the design, engineering design, all the surveys that have to be done, and then tests.
And your budget didn't anticipate this $250,000 coming out of that, so we.
No, not this year, because it wouldn't be something this would not go to Wyoming Business Council until, the fall. And it would not go to state land investment till January or February, whenever that meeting is. So it's not something that would then take place until the next fiscal year.
Thank you for all
Yes.
that. Appreciate that.
Further discussion?
I'm okay supporting the grant. Ford and I have had a conversation that maybe if the match money weren't attainable on the business side, that maybe seeking some legislative help in the future from a couple folks in that area might be to his benefit or the company's benefit as well, and also benefit the county, but that's neither here nor there at this point.
But I think it's really important to remember that this is gonna benefit the county. And not only is it the commercial use that from Wyo Silver, but it's commercial use from everybody that hauls cattle out of there, cattle and sheep out of there. And that's the road they use.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't have a choice but to go across that.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any of those points. I just don't know how many cattle and sheep come out of there. And that would be nice to know. And 250,000 is not a small amount of money to leverage. Should that, we were just talking about 1.4 for the 1/5% sales tax. That's some 20% of that. So, yeah, I'd be interested to see what the business council and.
I can certainly send an email to you all as soon as I do talk to Heather. I emailed her early last week, haven't heard. I'm gonna call her if I don't hear from her the next day or so. And I can certainly follow up with it.
That would be great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I just want to get your assurance board, when, if this were to go through, those 5 years or 6 years or however long that deposit is useful for. You guys are taking care of the road maintenance, you're taking care of the plowing of the road, you're taking care of all that stuff, is that how I read it?
So that'll go in the road use agreement, which we haven't formalized yet. But the expectation would be that Wyo Silver maintains that road when we're using it, which is from a few weeks to a couple months out of the year.
So only those times? And
Yes.
then the rest of the 5 years, when it's not those times you're using it, it's on the county to maintain it?
Yes.
Okay.
It is right now, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't change the schedule that the county maintains it on. They would just be required to maintain it during the times when they have additional usage.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
And gravel on that road is huge, huge.
My question would be, bringing up the standard of the road, would that incentivize some of the private landowners that I know you've discussed, or at least know there might be deposits on their properties too? Would that incentivize them to, or incentivize your company to maintain a position or a holding in that neck of the woods for a longer term exploration?
Absolutely. So our next target property was another 15 miles up Marshall Road. That would have supported another 15, 20 years of production. We've stopped the permitting process on that because we don't have the funds to improve the road up to that property. But there are other deposits closer to Marshall Road that we would also use Marshall Road to extract. So, yep, it would be beneficial. I will say over the 5 years of this project, we're forecasted to contribute $1 million in tax revenue through ad valorem and severance taxes.
Well, it seems like you probably could get a loan then, for this as well, with that type of revenue coming in tax. That's certainly not what you guys are going to pull off of it. So, but be that as it may, it's the grants in front of me, so. Thank you for your frankness, I appreciate it.
Well, Madam Chair, I move we approve resolution 2026-018 in support and authorization submission of application to the Business Ready Communities Grant and Loan Program for a project on behalf of the governing body of Albany County, Wyoming, in partnership with Wyo Silver LLC for the Marshall Road Improvement Project, and direct the chairperson to sign the certification and resolution.
Have a second?
No.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Item 14, present for approval agreement between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming and Greater Wyoming Big Brothers Big Sisters for additional juvenile prevention and diversion services in the amount of $87,270 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028. And while I just thought of this, I did not ask for those that are not in favor on this last
He said.
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
He and I got it.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep, thank you.
It got recorded.
Yep,
Yeah.
all right, yep.
Very good. Okay, I didn't want to
You're good.
catch it
Thank
right
you.
now. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Bailey.
Morning. This is, just our agreement with Big Brothers Big Sisters, for those diversion services from our CJSB grant for the next 2 years.
I move to reapprove the agreement between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming and Greater Wyoming Big Brothers Big Sisters for additional juvenile prevention and diversion services in the amount of $87,270 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028.
Second.
All those,
Sorry, I'm looking the wrong thing. I thought you had to.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Item 15, present for approval grant agreement between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming and Wyoming Department of Health, Public Health Division for Public Health Preparedness and Response Unit in the amount of $83,000 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
This is our agreement with, WDH for our, public health, preparedness response unit. That has that position, Zach Billings in that position. It pays for salary, fringe, does not pay for health insurance. The county uses that as the match for this grant. And it does pay for just operating expenses.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the grant agreement between the Board of County Commissioners of Albany County, Wyoming, and the Wyoming Department of Health, Public Health Division for Public Health Preparedness and Response Unit in the amount of $83,000 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Second, just a real quick question, Bailey. Does that, I mean, is Zach a county employee or a state employee or?
He is considered a county employee.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 16, present for approval grant agreement between Wyoming Department of Health, Public Health Division and Albany County for the Community Prevention Grant Program in the amount of $447,638 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028. Bailey.
This is our, prevention grant. It helps pay our community prevention specialist salary, fringe, and then a bunch of programming. So the next few items are RFPs that will need to be going out for this grant.
I move that we approve the grant agreement between Wyoming Department of Health, Public Health Division in Albany County for the Community Prevention Grant Program in the amount of $447,638 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 17, present for approval agreement between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming and Albany County School District Number 1 for the Hope Squad program in the amount of $6,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. The Hope Squad program was part of the draft work plan that I presented several weeks ago. Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention program. The school district is interested in improving their active Hope Squad program. So the $6,000 will be to train additional school district staff in the program.
Andrew, could you tell me a little about the Hope Squad? Is that something that meets before school? Is that through the counselors? How does that? I just kind of want to know if that's involved.
Yeah, great question. It's a really great program. It's peer-based. So the students nominate other students to be on the Hope Squad. They nominate staff that they feel are trusting to kind of oversee the program. And then the students just kind of meet throughout the month. It could be over lunch, it could be after school, but they typically meet to discuss different like monthly health promotions or different activities that they want to promote throughout the school. So I think it just kind of works best for the timing when they meet is based on who's overseeing the group, what works best for all the students' schedules.
So are they actively learning if one of their friends would contact them on how to handle those situations?
Yes, so the students that are part of the Hope Squad program go through question, persuade, prefer, QPR, suicide prevention training. They're also directed on how to identify like warning signs and different things like that in their peers, and then appropriate school staff to contact in case they have concerns.
And does this go to augment another program the school district already has in place, or is this just to beef up an existing? What is the school district using now?
Yep, good question. So it's to beef up what they already have. There's an active Hope Squad in the high school and one in the middle school. They only have one staff member certified for each of those programs right now. So the goal is to add high school staff and middle school staff. Hope Squad also just came out with an elementary curriculum. Looks a lot different than middle school and high school. They don't get into like the suicide side of things as much as they do like healthy relationships, good friendships, different things like that for elementary aged. But there's several elementary schools that are interested in starting Hope Squad as well.
And then do you see a lot of outreach to your office for programs like this, or is it more of a one-on-one concern?
We have people come into the office that ask for like suicide prevention resources. The school district has been a great partner for projects like this, mental health first aid training, which is another item on the agenda today. So the school district is definitely a good partner for prevention in terms of suicide prevention curriculum and programs.
I'm just curious because of Wyoming's rank in the suicide rate in the country. So
Yes.
That was just more for my edification.
It's a good question. My goal is, trying to catch things earlier, kind of change the culture and thinking about asking for mental health services, changing the idea of what healthy relationships look like to hopefully improve this long term, trying to catch it a lot earlier than, critical intervention during a mental health crisis, but setting students up for success down the road.
Okay.
And Andrew, it'd be my hope that you would ask them to, I know the J Foundation is something that's also been, part of suicide prevention. Try to coordinate, because operating in silos with different mental health places, it'd be better if the coordination would take place. And so that, because the J Foundation is going to give away a pair of boots to kids, right? The Hope Foundation is not for $6,000, and so you don't want to starve one because of that. So if you just mention it, I think this is great. I think more better, but more coordinated, even better yet.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
I would present for approval the agreement between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming, and Albany County School District Number 1 for the Hope Squad program in the amount of $6,000.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you. Item 18, present for approval request for proposal for mentoring services for at-risk youth in Albany County from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Yeah, hello. Me again and several agenda items this morning. So just due to the size of the contract over the next 2 years with the mentoring services program that I'm hoping to support with prevention funding, we're needing to send out a request for proposal for all interested parties in Albany County that would like to do the mentorship program. Mentoring program could include community-based programs, school-based programs, sports mentoring programs, peer-to-peer education, different areas like that. So.
So have you approached like the 4-H with this kind of a?
Not this specifically. Amanda and I chat quite a bit about different 4-H programs and different things that they're doing. And they're certainly welcome to participate in different mentorship programs and different things like that. But
So have you considered like having a booth? And I might be in the wrong whole thing here, but like a booth at family night at fair?
Right.
When there's lots of people out there wandering around.
yeah, that's a great idea. She's never asked me, and I didn't know that was an option. But if that's an opportunity for me to meet more of the community and provide some resources, I would
Well,
definitely
it's kind
do
of
it.
cool because a lot of parents are out there
Mhm.
and they may be feeling like, oh, I'm just really not sure. And they, I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely take advantage of that.
And the FFA kids are getting it through the schools, and hopefully all the 4-Hers are too, but this is an opportunity when the parents are there.
Yes.
And I think you would contact Taylor Haley if you want to do like family
Okay.
night for
Yeah.
fair. because she would
Thursday
be
night,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, the Thursday night, you might contact her and see.
Okay.
And that
Yeah.
might still be available.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the request for proposal RFP firm mentoring services for at-risk youth in Albany County from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 19, present for approval request for proposal for mental health first aid trainings in Albany County from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Mental health first aid is a 8-hour suicide prevention training. The request for proposal specifies 2 youth mental health first aid trainings and 1 first responder mental health first aid trainings per year. The youth mental health first aid and first responder mental health first aid are special certifications in addition to just being approved or licensed to train mental health first aid. So hoping to have very specific and targeted mental health first aid trainings over the next 2 years.
And with this doesn't pay for the trainings, let's say an organization doesn't have a person that is trained in youth and first responder. Would that be something that could be paid for from this RFP or no?
No, this is specific for the training. So I'm seeking somebody that's already certified to do these trainings.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I move that we approve the request for proposal for mental health first aid trainings in Albany County from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 20, present for approval, request for proposal for tobacco reduction and cessation services for youth in Albany County utilizing the American Lung Association's Not on Tobacco program from September 1st through September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise. Well, good morning,
Good
sir.
morning. A couple more to go. Not on Tobacco is a youth-focused nicotine and tobacco cessation program. Typically, kids are referred to these programs from youth-serving organizations, school districts, and so on, if they're caught using nicotine or tobacco products. And this program is set up to help them quit, supply them with cessation information, cravings help, different things like that. And cravings help, I don't mean like nicotine patches or anything like that, but just kind of how to navigate cravings and things like that as they quit.
I'm curious, how successful is this?
The program that's active now, through Big Brothers Big Sisters, I asked the same question and they'd only had 1 student go back through the program. So I don't know if that just means they're not getting caught anymore or if it is helping, but it's tough to see the change in the short term. Typically, I have to rely on the prevention needs assessment that the school district participates in. They just completed that this year, 2026. So hopefully in the fall, I can kind of look at 2024 data compared to 2026 data, see if this program the last 2 years has helped. Kind of what I'm looking specifically at too is from that survey, 10% of students that took the survey saw no risk. They see no risk with vaping, and 21% only see a slight risk with vaping. So hopefully education classes like this will change those statistics as well.
Because I know with a number of the kids I know, all they're gonna do is work harder not to get caught.
Mhm.
So
And there's so many
kids-
more ways to do it.
Yes.
Adjust it now.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the request for proposal for tobacco reduction and cessation services for youth in Albany County utilizing the American Lung Association's Not on Tobacco program, September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 21, present for approval, request for proposal for tobacco reduction and cessation services for Albany County residents from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
So the tobacco treatment specialist, this is the community-based training for tobacco cessation. This is targeting adults that are trying to quit tobacco.
How utilized is this program?
That's a good question. It depends, I think, on where the class is being held. You know, we tried to promote it amongst like the nonprofit sphere, different spaces like that. Sometimes those classes weren't attended at all, or only one or two attended. Where we've had a lot of success recently actually is enticing like WyoTech and LCCC to participate in classes like this, and those are really well attended. So hoping to continue with that, in addition to providing it in the community and hosting it at public spaces.
Well, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the request for proposal for tobacco reduction and cessation services for Albany County residents from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 22, present for approval request for proposal for nurturing skills for family classes from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Last one. So the Nurturing Skills for Families class targets youth marijuana and alcohol use. The idea is to help children and parents understand the dangers of substance use, teach them healthy coping skills, and to participate in the class together.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the request for proposal for nurturing skills for families classes from September 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2028, and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 23, ratify notice of termination of contract for attorney services for drug court participants with Forum Law LLC. Good morning,
Good
Bailey.
morning.
Don't
Heather's
look like
at a-
Heather at all.
Yeah, Heather's at a conference, so you get me. We just need to terminate this contract with Foreman Law LLC. This was being paid out of the juvenile state grant, and there's not enough money to pay this contract anymore.
And he is aware of it.
He is,
It's
yeah.
not,
It's not a surprise, no.
Okay. So are we moving to ratify or are we moving to terminate the contract?
just terminate.
Okay. Madam Chair, I move that we terminate, or provide notice of termination of the contract for Albany County for attorney services for drug court participants with Corman Law LLC.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 23, ratify notice of termination of contract for attorney services for, did I just do that one? Okay. Present for approval contract between the Board of Commissions of the County of Albany, Wyoming, by and through Albany County Court Supervised Treatment Program and Foundations Counseling and Consulting, LLC, to provide substance abuse treatment in individual, group, and therapy for integrated juvenile treatment court program participants in the amount of $9,721.32 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
So at your last meeting, we had some changes with the foundation's contract for juveniles because of the loss of funding. So this is the new contract with foundations for what we have available in the juvenile state to pay for treatment. And they are aware of this as well.
Just a total of 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She does have the federal grant, OGGDP grant that has 9 slots. So, but we keep all the contracts separately and we have to keep it all separate. But yeah.
Thank you, David.
Mhm.
I move that we approve contracts between the Board of Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming, and by and through Albany County Court Supervised Treatment Program and Foundations Counseling and Consulting, LLC, to provide substance abuse treatment in individual group therapy for integrated juvenile treatment court program participants in the amount of $9,721.32 from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 25, present for approval memorandum of understanding between the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming, by and through Albany County Public Health and the University of Wyoming, WWAMI Medical Education, University of Washington School of Medicine site for rapid HIV testing and education. Good morning,
Hello, good
Kim.
morning. So this is really exciting for us to have a new, collaboration with it's the WWAMI program, I guess is what they call themselves. And it's, collaboration between Washington, Wyoming, Alaska, Montana, and Idaho, where, it's med school and they're able to get an education in the, keeping their doctors local. So this would be for us to work with the students to do rapid HIV testing and education at outreach events. We're trying to get this pushed through. So our goal would be the end of August and September to be at the farmers market to do rapid HIV testing and have education and prevention source there as well.
So what's the rapid test? I mean,
So,
like how long does it take?
it's, 20 minutes. So you just get a drop of blood, like you were doing a blood sugar. And then, we wait, 20 minutes and then they can come back and get the results, or, we are able to contact them if they are done their shopping and would like to go home. So, we have had let's see if I get this. So 2023 in the state of Wyoming, typically we have around 13 newly diagnosed HIV cases. And in 2023, it went up to 22, which is a huge number for our, and then we're still above what we used to be. So with the university here, we're trying to do a lot more outreach and get out there to do rapid HIV testing and that education, knowing that our services are here. In Wyoming, we have the No WYO voucher program. So anybody that's a resident can literally get HIV and STI testing for $15 or no cost. So, this new partnership will be exciting. So we'll have the students that are available, they'll come to our office and we'll do rapid training on how to do the HIV testing. And then we go over to the farmers market and we'll do that. And then hopefully as we progress, we can have them at more outreach events with us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is this a test somebody's gonna want to take at the farmer's market?
So that depends. We do have tents that have privacy. We do understand that they might not want to, but just being there and then letting them know
So
we're
if they,
literally across the
this is
street.
gonna be more of an outreach thing,
Yes.
and then they can visit your office. at a
Yes,
later.
if they, yeah. We have talked with the state about that because they were hoping that we would do farmers market. And we do understand that, it could be
That's a little
hit or
touchy.
miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like I said, for just being there as a presence and with their collaboration, they have to do outreach community service, so they would be paying for us to table there, which is a
Okay, that's
fantastic
good, yeah.
relationship.
Is this,
For many reasons.
Yes.
last year, is this the same type of program that was the Stop the Bleeding or whatever it was? That Laramie put
No,
on? Okay, they
no,
did like a monthly thing.
I'm not,
They did,
the WWAMI program?
yeah,
Yeah.
where I think they provided a tourniquet and some other stuff and basically just
Oh,
said,
yeah.
here's how you stop the bleeding, and it was a public event for.
Oh, I actually
I didn't know if
that.
this was
Yeah.
part of that same outreach type of program.
I'm not sure. This is just, one that we had started talking about, so I don't know the stuff, but that's kind of fun.
Jim, just one quick
Yeah.
question. So say somebody does do the testing and they do test positive at the
Yes.
farmer's market, will you have counseling available?
We
for them,
do.
right?
So our, as public health nurses, we we have orders and policies from the state that come down. And we would actually, in that instance, we would most likely ask them to come back to the office and we would immediately draw labs to get a confirmatory, because there are false positives that you can come across. So if they had left, we would contact them immediately. But yes, we would, we've had outreach events where, that has happened in that 20 minutes and, we are all trained to sit down and start the talking and let them know that this doesn't mean that it's positive, but we do need to confirm. And then, yes, we have, like steps in place that we would support them and, yeah.
Yeah, great program. I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding between the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Albany, Wyoming, by and through Albany County Public Health and the University of Wyoming, Medical Education, University of Washington School of Medicine site, for rapid HIV testing and education.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 26, present for approval cooperative education agreement between Albany County Public Health and the University of Wyoming Nursing Student Clinical Rotations. Kim.
Yes, so this is just an updated agreement that we have with the University of Wyoming, where we have nursing students that come over to public health for, it's usually depending on which program it is, Tuesdays or Thursdays, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and they get to follow through our clinic. We send them on home visits as well. And if we do have any outreach, they participate in that as well.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve cooperative education agreement between Albany County Public Health and the University of Wyoming for nursing student clinical rotations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 26A, and I didn't get the wording of what you were asking.
Oh.
Right there. Oh, now I do have the word.
Oh, okay.
That's much better. Present for approval, Public Health Office to close Friday, August 7th for two outreach events.
So we're really excited. The WIC and Public Health Nursing form our Laramie Breastfeeding Coalition. And this is going to be our 5th annual Breastable, which celebrates the World Breastfeeding Week. And we have a community outreach event at Washington Park, where we have various community partners that are out tabling with resources. We have games and snacks provided. It's a family event. It's all free. This is the 2nd year we have a photographer that does mommy and me photographs for our visitors, as well as this year we have goats, those baby goats, they're coming.
Oh, good.
So, yes, we used to have a blow up, those bouncy houses, but insurance got really expensive on that. So now we have goats. And everybody likes baby goats, right? So, and then we raffle off prizes as well. So that will be in the morning. And then to continue with our education and outreach events for HIV testing, that afternoon we go up to Wyoming Equality has their annual rendezvous, which is a camping event, a week-long camping event, and we will be going up from like noon to 5 or whatever, 1 to 5, to do rapid HIV testing up there as well, and then we'll be back. And since nobody's in the office, it'll be really hard. So I just was asking for permission that we can have the office closed for the day to be out there.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the closure of Albany County Public Health for their outreach Friday, August 7th.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion
Thank you.
carries.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Item 27, present for approval, invitation to bid for purchase and delivery of one full-size four-door, four-wheel drive, 3/4 ton truck with tow package and snowplow ready, and one full-size, four-door, four-wheel drive, half-ton pickup with tow package and trade of 2 designated vehicles and direct the clerk to advertise.
Morning,
Good morning.
Commissioners. Yeah, it's just a replacement for the maintenance truck and planning's vehicle and trading ours in, like we talked about in the budget sessions.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the invitation to bid for the purchase and delivery of one full-size four-door, four-wheel drive, three-quarter ton pickup truck with tow package and snowplow ready, and one full-size four-door, four-wheel drive, half-ton pickup with tow package and trade-in of 2 designated vehicles and direct for advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, Anthony. Item 28, present for approval invitation to bid for replacement of courthouse boiler and direct the clerk to advertise.
Yeah, it's time for the boilers to be replaced. They're
Probably
going-
past time, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think this is a surprise.
I think they're 23, 24 years old. Lots of parts have been replaced, and I think it's time we just go ahead and replace them. Do it now while it's warm, and so we're not doing it, when it's freezing outside. So,
It's an excellent idea.
What's the warranty on these, boiler replacement?
well, it would depend on what brand and stuff we go with. We'd find out more when we get the bids in for each one. I mean, we have a certain spec, but I don't know the warranty on each individual one. We'd have to look at that as they come in. So,
I guess, and my concern would be if we're gonna end up remodeling this building between the 5 and 10 year mark, is this going to carry over into a remodeled construction project, or are we gonna, at this point, have to worry about
Well-
replacing to fit the new needs of the space?
be honest, I'm not sure on that. I do know that, we're gonna need heat, like.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sooner than later.
Maybe,
That's a great observation. We appreciate that.
but, maybe we can upsize a little bit, or,
No, I'm just hoping for
Capacity.
modularity and design. perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can put that in the RFP, just knowing that that's gonna take place to maybe offset or save the county some money if we can
Yeah,
use the existing system, but it can be modified in 5 years to
yeah,
new ducting plans.
adding on, and,
Yeah.
yeah. I can definitely look into that with Jake too, when we're going through this. He'll be helping me with this, so.
Yeah, just so the county's only spending the money once instead of twice, and
Oh, sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, the current RFP isn't written to change any of the internal
it's
structures.
strictly the boiler.
It's the boilers, the motors, expansion tanks, separate, like all the physical things
Just
that are
the
outside.
plant itself.
Mhm. And venting for those boilers and whatever shut-offs and change of plumbing that's right there by the boilers. That's all that this RFP is addressing right now.
Okay,
Supply
But-
pumps, return pumps.
Sure.
Stuff like that.
But we can certainly look, I can talk to Anthony and Jake, and if we need to amend what we have in the RFP in the technical specs part.
I just want to make sure it's serviceable in 5 years.
No,
That's- Yeah,
good idea. We can certainly add some language in the technical specs so that the submissions address that.
okay.
And the question that I had was on, I can't remember, we never put an RFP out for the sidewalk because that's a boiler as
No.
well, or is that
No.
something different?
We
It's-
did put an
We
RFP out
did.
for that, but we did not,
We didn't.
we didn't award it at all because the costs came in so high that, at the time that we did it,
That was back
It-
when we did the original.
it was
We haven't-
2022 is when we
Yeah.
put the RFP out for that. For the snow melt boiler, which is separate than these.
I just didn't know if
remember
this could be something they could wrap into it.
It's a
Well, we
whole
not-
different, like the piping is out there, but there's no existing.
I just didn't know if it was the same type of companies
Yeah.
that would bid on that project that would also bid on this one.
Yeah, that takes its own boiler, its own tank.
I just didn't know if it was the same type of companies that would be, like, if it would be the same company that would bid on the boiler
It would
project
be,
as that,
it would
would
be,
they
yeah.
maybe do a
A
package
joint
deal?
package.
Would it be cheaper to get them done at the same time? I just feel like we're underutilizing that space out there and it gets pretty dicey and icy in the winter out in front of those doors.
I think if I remember correctly, when we put the RFP out in 2022, we didn't, oh, Jake left. We didn't award it. All of the piping exists under the concrete. It was, the RFP was to put in the boiler itself and the connections from the piping, like where it comes out of the concrete into the boiler. And in 2022, that cost was so much, and I don't remember, I
It was
can't find it.
$117,000.
Yeah.
I just found it, yeah. I just didn't know if maybe, if it would be the same type of company, if they were already here, would it be something that maybe it would?
If it would be
Cost
easier to
less.
plumb it across
I
and not
don't
have to
know.
have a second boiler for that system.
It would be a
Use it.
third one, because we have two boilers
But
here.
if we could do a heat
That's a-
exchange through an
yeah,
existing
that's a good
coil that
idea.
they're putting into their new boiler.
I can add it as an alternative.
I don't know, and it might not be, I just didn't know.
No,
I couldn't
we
remember.
It's
can-
probably gonna be cheaper than an additional 117,000, but
Part of the problem is, we don't have glycol going through the building, it's
Yeah.
just water. So the boilers heat up, just out there, it'd have to be glycol.
yeah, it'd be a
Absolutely.
separate thermal exchanger, but then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to have a completely separate boiler plant
Yeah,
to service it.
I could look into it.
I would say we can talk to Anthony and Jake and then add that as a, have them bid the boilers and then have them
As an
bid
add.
that separately so that we can choose whether we're gonna do one or both. I can reach out to you and Jake this afternoon.
We spent the money to put that in and salting that cement. It's gonna cost us a lot of money here in the future too.
Turn it up.
Eventually, we're gonna get some moisture in the winter time and
Someday.
Let's hope so.
it's.
I mean, we could only hope that it'll get icy out there.
And the shade on the north side of the Laramie building.
Madam Chair,
We are running on one boiler right now. I took the best parts out of both of them and got one running. So I think we
Congratulations,
should-
good job.
think we should approve this.
Frankenstein boiler, huh? So, present for approval. I move that we approve the invitation to bid for the replacement of the courthouse boiler as discussed and direct the clerk to advertise.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you, Anthony. Item 29, present for approval a 3-year agreement between Albany County and TextMyGov for mass texting messaging services in the amount of $10,250 for the first year and $10,000 for each of the second and third year. Hi, Ben.
Morning, Commissioners. Yeah, we're looking at a mass texting tool to use for, we've had a lot of interest from a bunch of departments in the county. This will just let people send mass text messages.
How does this compare to your cost, Kate?
So Everbridge is through the city. I don't know what the price is, the Laramie Police uses that. I have a question though. Are you needing two-way texting or just text to go out?
This will do both.
Right, but do you need people to be able to text back? Because the state
There's-
just paid for a contract for Rave that's going out for free. I don't wanna throw a wrench in your ask, but I don't know how the two systems compare, so I didn't know we were looking at text my gov.
I didn't know about Rave. So this will let people text in and then they'll have canned responses.
Rave will not respond. But I didn't know if you needed people to be able to respond back or not, because if we don't, we have the option to use Rave for free. We were looking at it for district court for getting messages out to the jurors.
Well, I mean, this one will, it's two separate tools almost. It's a mass text. And then you get a phone number people can text questions to. And then that system will respond back. And if it knows an answer to it, if it doesn't, then I believe I was gonna review my notes this morning, but I didn't.
Probably because you were in the election
Yeah.
building
Yeah.
trying to fix our stuff, so thank you.
Do you remember
I think if there's, so
if we
like
don't have
if
a
they
canned
sent a-
response?
they send a text and it says sales tax, and it'll say, text back with, hey, here's where to find more information on sales tax. But if it doesn't find an answer, I believe what it does is says, here's the contact info for the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what thought I was remembering, but I made things up.
You are correct.
That's
Because I
always
think it's the
dandy.
same way when we looked at it for elections. You know,
Yeah.
somebody could text in, what is my polling location? And it would text all the locations, or if it didn't have that, it would give you the phone number in order to contact our
Yeah.
office or whatnot. I think that's the default from my understanding, yeah.
Yeah.
And this has been a little while since I looked at it, but
So the county's basically just looking to purchase a license. I guess which departments are interested in utilizing this?
And then Road and Bridge
Oh,
and Chelsea, the assessors,
okay.
was looking to use it.
and I wonder if it would be something that clerk and district court could use.
Oh, yeah, and Stacy was before she retired.
Okay.
I like the idea of doing something free, but if they can't respond back, I know for us, we looked at it for elections when Jackie was still here, and I know Fremont County has been using it for elections for some time. And I think it has been very helpful for them to get those responses out.
Well, I'm just looking at it, it's a good chunk of money for what it does, but then we also, every time there's a meeting with the city or somebody with a civic organization, they're going, well, how do we communicate through one channel? Just because it doesn't necessarily exist right now with no satisfactory, or with print media having their range, Facebook and social media having their range.
Most everybody has a cell phone, which is good. So is it something that people have to sign up for, that, how does it
So
work then?
since we're government, everybody is auto enrolled, but they can unenroll themselves.
Oh,
They check my government use the database of phone numbers and where they are.
wow.
I guess my only, if it gets overutilized, then it gets ignored.
Mhm.
Yep. Is it something you'd be interested in using, Kate? Or you're already set up with Everbridge and.
We have Everbridge, now we have Rave, and we also have Ready Up, so we're pretty good. There is a county messaging system set up already in Everbridge that I've been talking with Adam about utilizing, but you can't, I mean, you can get multiple choice responses, but it's not going to keep communicating with you.
Okay.
One of the additional features that Alexia, who was the rep, shared with me is also it can integrate with Facebook and will simultaneously post to Facebook whatever those notifications are too. Which sometimes can be nice, then you're not having to text and post and
So do you,
website.
not that you never ever need this, but do you have the option then not to have communicate with Facebook?
Yeah, I'm sure. She didn't specifically say that because I expressed an interest in having
Sure,
simultaneous
okay.
thing, but I imagine.
I mean, I don't know what the reason would be.
Yeah.
That just popped
Yeah.
in my head.
Oh, yeah, sometimes you don't necessarily want social media involved.
And I guess for the department heads that are interested, do you want just canned responses? Because you don't want your people doing this all day, right? So I can just imagine, hey, primary election is today, check out your polling spot. Somebody goes, hey, where's the polling spot? And they tell, and then that's that automatically, or?
It's automated, yes, but we come up with the responses.
Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, and this has been some time since we did it, we would kind of come up with questions and ideas of what people would be messaging in, and then have those canned responses
So it's-
specific to our area.
So the initial text would say, if you need to know where to go to your polling,
Or
please
something,
send, please enter
But I
number, please send number 1 or something like that.
my understanding, from Alexia was that part of the setup process, which is like usually discounted in this
Mhm.
price, is that they go to the website and they scrub it and look for all those
Yep.
keywords and then create those links to that. So like sales tax would take them to my sales tax page, motor vehicle or license plates would take them to that page, you know, that's what
Okay.
it's sending back.
Just as long as we don't have AI generating some response that may or may not be accurate.
Yeah, I don't think there's any AI.
Oh.
No, and
at all
then
in
we
this.
check, I think, all those responses too, to make sure that that's what we want.
And you can change them at any
And
time.
I think we can do actual, our own responses. That's how it was
I
before. Like I said, this has
imagine
been
you
some
guys are gonna
time.
utilize it in a little different variety no matter what.
And it's not that a human being is necessarily texting back at the time. I mean, if we're creating, like, I want to send out, hey, we just mailed motor vehicle notices for August renewal, you know, check your inbox or your mailbox. That's on us to create that message, but the other ones are not people touching the keyboard.
Well, I'm just thinking about, if I understand what Kate's presenting is, you could say, hey, primary election today, hot link, check out your site, you know, where your polling location is. So there is no return because it's not built that way. But I'm wondering if you all need the return, and if that's, if you don't need it, then Rave probably is the way to go. But if you need it, then we need to do something different, right?
I guess it depends on if we want to put the information out there or if we're allowing people, well,
It would
it'd
nice to be asking
nice
the
to see
questions.
what Rave
Maybe we,
is about.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we table this? Would you guys
I
be all
mean,
right with?
Are you okay timeframe wise?
Oh,
I think,
The discount on the setup fee is for this month,
so
so.
we've got a couple, I mean, we have a week.
meeting.
have another meeting.
We won't meet again until, we have a special meeting on the first.
I doubt the enticement goes away after this month.
Right.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I would imagine.
They say it does.
Well, they're just trying for you.
I would like. to
Yeah, I
see
did
what
get on the
rate
website,
is.
because
I
it looks
mean,
like some of their integration stuff, even with the weather and the iPods and all that, looks like it'd be beneficial, and, you know, like I said, notifying the community is something Laramie's always gonna struggle with.
Yeah.
So.
And I like the texts that come out from you. And, because you just look at it real quick and then you answer yes. And I think that's great. That's lots better than listening to a voice message. It's just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a quick read and
and I spent a brief amount of time in the community where when the siren went off, it meant a tornado. So I kind of still get that Pavlovian response. So when the text comes through, I'm kind of going, okay, yeah, just firing up the horns, but.
and Fremont County is currently using Text My Gov already, if you guys wanted to see what that looked like, but is anybody using that Rave that we can
Mhm.
test?
Yes, Laramie County uses it, they've been using it prior to the state contract. A lot of the other counties are getting on it, and I know, I don't remember which county it was, but one of them is using it for their juror messages through.
Oh, so do you know which departments with Laramie County are?
Emergency management.
Oh, just EMA is the only one.
Well, that was before the state contract. I don't know if more have jumped on since, but I was Katie, the PIO over at Woes. And I've been in talks about setting up a demo. So I could just bring you all in on the demo.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. that'd be
You just
great.
wanna compare them.
Yeah.
I have no preference, but we can do free.
I mean, it would save us $10,000 a year. $3.99 is
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite, yeah. Right there with you.
I move that we table the 3-year agreement between the Albany County and Text My Gov for advanced text messaging services in the amount of $10,250 for the first year and $10,000 for each of the second and third years to the next county commission meeting.
Yeah, you wanna, that's gonna be on the 4th. You wanna, is that?
Yeah, the 4th.
Give it enough time to.
We can table it then, and then if not, we
Sounds
can.
good.
we can table it again. Yes, if we have to.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 30. Present for approval agreement between Albany County Board of Commissioners and Ivanson Memorial Hospital for services pursuant to Wyoming statute 25-10-101 through 25-10-127. Jennifer.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is the contract with the hospital for our fixed rate when we have Title 25 patients being held pursuant to emergency detention at behavioral health.
Jennifer, this is the Medicare rate. I'm
Correct.
guessing?
Correct.
And most pay the Medicaid rate?
At WBI, that contract is for the Medicaid rate. And I don't know what the other counties pay. There are some other counties where they're still county hospitals, and so the commissioners don't pay the hospital district. There are a lot of communities who transport to WBI because they don't have behavioral health facilities in their hospitals. So it's kind of dependent. When we looked into this a couple years ago about the possibility of transporting to WBI to get the Medicaid rate, which at the time was like $754 a day. In talking to the sheriff, the cost and the time to do that was excessive because it takes 2 deputies and you have to go to Casper, wait till they get admitted and then come back. So the cost between the $750 and the $1,355 isn't something that was overly reasonable. And then the problem arises if we had staff in the sheriff's office who were able to do it at the time that it needed done. The rate, IMH has not asked for a rate increase, I think, since I was involved in doing the contracts.
The hospital itself is a county facility, right? Building itself is county property.
We have a lease. The Albany County Hospital Board has a lease with IMH for IMH to run the county hospital, or to run the hospital under that lease, consistent with the terms of the lease and the requirements under statute for indigent persons. I believe as part of that, the property itself was transferred to IMH, or there's some part of it because they have done all of the expansion and things. I will have to look into that. I don't think that the county still owns the underlying property, but I can look.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I just believe that the hospital district board can remove that lease agreement from the hospital functioning organization, whatever you call it, nonprofit board, or causes allied in contract. So I think just, we always want to make sure we understand where we are and who owns what, and what our possibilities are. Just because it's nice to play nice, but also understand why you should play nice. So.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yes, I will look into that.
Thanks.
Are you wanting to table this or are you?
No. I just kind of want that information.
Sure,
For
I'll get
myself,
it
because
to
I'm a little bit unclear. I always thought it was a county hospital and that the trustees, the elected county board, hospital board trustees could remove that hospital, the lease agreement from the nonprofit board that currently operates the hospital, but I might be in error.
I think there was a lease prior to the existing lease with IMH when it was prior to whatever their current structure is. And I don't have a copy of that, but I can go back and find it. I don't know who owned the hospital property when it was built. I do know, or what I do know is in some of the other counties, when they have transferred the community hospitals from the hospital boards pursuant to the long-term lease with another facility or whatever, they transfer ownership, but then they have an agreement for a period of years, usually like 20 to 30 years, where services pursue, like indigent services of the county doesn't get charged for anything for a really long time. But I don't know what happened here. But I can look into it. I can see what I can find historically.
And I think that would be really good to share with all of us.
Sure,
Yep.
I will. I'll
Yeah, I
find
mean, I
it.
was of the same thinking that the board held the land underneath.
I will look. I don't, hold on, I can
Because I
look.
believe the hospital's bones are in the 70s. That Hymanson was first started to be built upon in the seventies, remembering correctly. So and I know that UC Health is an affiliate, so that hospital is not owned by UC Health. It is just an affiliate arrangement. The people of Albany County still have control of that, of IMH.
It does say Albany County Hospital District doing business as Ivanson Memorial Hospital, and I don't have access to Kayla's property records on this computer.
I can't get it on this one either.
I know, but I can look when I go back. I will do some research and I will come back and let you all know what I find.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always a little questionable.
I move we approve the agreement between the Albany County Board of Commissioners and Ivanson Memorial Hospital for services pursuant to Wyoming State Statute 2510-101 through 2510-127.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 31, award Title III funds in the amount of $12,508.47 for fiscal year 2026 and $12,492.47 for fiscal year 2027 to Chad Dingus, Albany County Fire Warden, to carry out activities under the FireWise Community Program to provide homeowners with fire-sensitive ecosystems education on and assistance with implementing techniques in home siding, home constructions, and home landscaping that can increase the protection of people and property from wildfires, and $12,508.47 for fiscal year 2026 and $12,492.47 for fiscal year 26-27 to Aaron Applehawn, Albany County Sheriff, to reimburse the participating county for search and rescue and other emergency services, including firefighting that is performed on federal land after the date on which the use was approved under subsections B and be paid by participating county. The total amount of $25,016.94 for fiscal year 2026 and 2024. And $24,984.95 for fiscal year 2026 through 2027. That was kind of a mouthful.
That was a big mouthful. My apologies for the big one. We, of course, had the Title III funds that came through for 25-26, and then Tracy was notified that 26-27 was brought forward too. So we advertised those together so that we could minimize costs on advertising for the paper. Of course, there was a public hearing to show that we were going to allocate those funds today or award those funds. So it's just the requests that come through from Chad and from Aaron for the two departments that usually utilize the Title III funds. So this is just awarding those funds to them.
Matt, I'll take care of it. You want to take it? Madam Chair, I move that we approve the Title III funding in the amount of $12,508.47 for fiscal year 2025-2026 and $12,492.47 for fiscal year 26-27 to Chad Dingus, Albany County Fire Warden, to carry out activities under the FireWise Community Program to provide to homeowners in fire-sensitive ecosystems education on and assistance in implementing techniques in home siding, home construction, and home landscaping that can increase the protection of the property and people from wildfires, and $12,508.47 for fiscal year 2025-26 and $12,462.47 for fiscal year 26-27 to Aaron Applehawn's Albany County Sheriff to reimburse the participating county for search and rescue and other emergency services, including firefighting, that is performed on federal land after the date on which the use was approved under subsection B and be paid for by participating counties. The total amount is $25,016.64 for fiscal year 25-26 and $24,984.95 fiscal year 26-27. I got it. I just pulled up big letters on the screen. Trust me.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 32, present for approval annual compensation agreement between the University of Wyoming and the Commissioners of Albany County for the extension program from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027 in the amount of $24,750. Kayla.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this is the annual compensation agreement for the extension agents. Salary, half is paid by the university, half is paid by the county. And this is just that.
Dad, I'll take this one if you're all right.
You waited for a shorty, didn't you?
Present for approval, annual compensation agreement between the University of Wyoming and the Commissioners of Albany County for the extension program from July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027 in the amount of $24,750.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 33, present for approval application for catering permit for Waikolo Lodge LLC for the volunteer firefighter fundraiser located at 3987 Highway 230, Laramie, Wyoming on August 8th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this is Wyco, their volunteer firefighter fundraiser that they have yearly up there in Waikolo. It's just for them to be able to cater that event. They do have an active and our retail liquor license in our county, so therefore they'll just be using that to cater the event.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the application for catering permit for Waikolo Lodge LLC for the volunteer firefighters fundraiser located at 3987 Highway 230, Laramie, Wyoming on August 8th, 2026 from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 34, request a statement of receipts and expenditures from the county during the preceding 12 months, setting forth the source and the amount of all receipts and the purpose and the amount of all expenditures to be prepared upon reconciliation of all accounts by the county treasurer and county clerk no later than September 30th, 2026, pursuant to Wyoming statute 18-3-515. Kayla.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this is the request for the statement of receipts and expenditures. That has to be done by the regular meeting in July. So it's just my request for you guys. Tracy's office and my office will get those all ready to go, and then we will bring it back forward and then we'll get that advertised.
Madam Chair, I move that we request a statement of the receipts and expenditures of the county during the preceding 12 months, setting forth the source and amount of all receipts and the purpose and the amount of all expenditures be prepared upon reconciliation of all accounts by the county treasurer and the county clerk no later than September 30th, 2026, pursuant to Wyoming State Statute 18-3-515.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Item 35 is we'll have a recess until 12 o'clock. And then we'll reconvene at 12 o'clock and interview candidates. A motion?
Yeah, move that we recess until 12 noon.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And those interviews are open to the public.
Correct.
Mhm.
Are we, do we have a particular order?
For candidates, no.
Michelle's here, so that's the start.
So you'll wanna reconvene and
Okay.
Is it all right if people move to wait out to, the waiting room so that?
I was gonna say,
I
or we
can't.
can start with Dwayne and kick Michelle out.
Yeah.
You wanna do
One way
that?
or the other, yeah.
Excellent.
He's online, he's up at the hospital.
Joel, take you out while we do Dwayne's interview.
I don't see him sitting in here.
And then, and then we'll come get you when we're done. Just so you know. That's why you go sit out my chair.
You can't hear anything past that fan.
I was gonna say,
That works
that
great.
takes
Perfect.
care of our privacy issue
Yeah.
right there. Okay, so I'm gonna call the Albany County Commissioners' regular meeting back to order at 12:03. Right, here. Item 37 is interview candidates for Albany County Clerk of Court or Albany County District Court Clerk. And Dwayne is online. You there, Dwayne? Can you hear us, Dwayne? I think you're on mute. Stacy?
Yeah.
Do you have his phone number?
Can you text Dwayne and see if he can get on?
Thank you. He's not in the hospital, is he?
His daughter is.
Oh. 'Cause he really did very well last night. The rest of us were so blistering hot.
Yeah. I can go get Michelle back. And then you can kick Dwayne to the waiting room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just tell her his interview was brief.
Right, he's done. Ben and I are playing against each
Oh, okay.
other.
Oh,
Cause I asked him because he'll have to live stream for me. Wait 1 second. Well, just don't start the interview yet. I just have to put it in the waiting room.
Sorry, did I get on too soon, guys?
Oh, he's on now.
Okay, I can step out.
okay.
Thank you, Michelle, sorry.
Sorry.
Extra steps, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out my daughter's laptop here.
Well,
No,
that,
we can hear you.
we can hear you just fine. Okay, so what we're allotting 15 minutes. That doesn't mean that we have to take the entire 15 minutes, but we want you to feel that you have adequate time to answer any questions. And so Would you like to make a statement to begin?
Yes, please. So my name is Dwayne Streeter, and I am a deputy clerk at district court. It's a position I've held for 16 years, and I'm currently running to be the elected official for that office. It's an office that I'm very familiar with and that I'm very proud to work in and for. I think we do an outstanding job of customer service, and I think that is something I really want to emphasize and continue if the voters of the county choose to put me in that position.
Okay. Thank you, Duke. Would you like to start, Pete?
Sure. Dwayne, thank you so much. I hope everything's going well with your family member. Tough deal. Could you talk to me about any items or events or processes that need to happen in the next 6 months at the Norfolk District Court?
In the next 6 months, I think the biggest thing is just going to be good training for the changeover, whether it is myself who is elected or Kayla. Stacy left some pretty big footprints to follow. I think experience is going to be a big part of Philip being able to step into that job. I think the biggest thing right now is just going to be a staffing issue as far as getting myself up to speed or getting Kayla up to speed, and then bringing in another deputy clerk.
Thank you. And could you talk to me a little bit about your personnel management techniques or strategies, how you like to work and manage people?
I'm sorry, were you asking about techniques for working with staff?
Yeah, your management of staff and personnel in your office. To start with, I think that in our structure, everybody needs to know everybody else's job because we're such a small office. And I think the way to do that is the old training procedure of prepare, present, try out, and follow up. A lot of things in life are about repetition. That's why you take so many swings in a batter's box when you're at baseball practice. It's all about repetition. And the biggest thing is just having some empathy and some patience and some understanding. Kindness will get you a long way, especially in a training situation. I believe in friendly corrections. I don't believe in being very, I'm not one to raise my voice or give somebody a hard time over learning a procedure. I'm one to do it with them, and I like to do it repetitively with them. For example, when I was training Darcy Boyd to work jury trials, her and I worked 3 trials together before she was able to take off and do one on her own, and she does an outstanding job at it. So I feel like kindness and empathy and just walking through the procedure with that person as oftentimes as they need it will get you a long way and bring the staff up to speed. Thank you, Dwayne. My last question is, in the next 6 months, what would you like to hope to accomplish if you were given this, if you received this position?
In the next 6 months, I would like to be comfortable in Stacy's position, but that's going to take a while, honestly. And I would like to get another staff member hired. This last round of interviews, we had some really good people, and some of them I would feel comfortable reaching back out to again to see if they're still interested. We also have some former staff who are interested in coming back if the position was open for them. And I would like to become really familiar with the budgeting process of the office. That's the one thing that I don't get a lot of contact with as a deputy clerk. I know Stacy always had us perform at under budget. That's something I want to continue on with. So for me, it's mainly the learning curve. I think the big hurdles are going to be farther down the road because I still feel like eventually public record searches are going to become a thing. So I feel like if I can maybe make contact with the Supreme Court and see where that's sitting on the horizon, I think that'll help us be ready for it. But in the short term, it's all about training and understanding.
Thanks, Dwayne. Those are my questions.
Dwayne, I would follow up with, you mentioned, and I know that you're running for office. Is it going to be a detriment to campaigning while trying to do this at the same time?
I don't think so. One of the nice things about our office is we really are, we're a pretty close-knit unit. Honestly, usually turnover in our office comes from retirement, and it's because we are so close with each other. I know Michelle will be there to have my back and to help train me. I know Stacy is at the Supreme Court right now, working a position where she is the liaison between the state Supreme Court and the clerks of district court around the state. I feel like she would be there to help catch me up to speed. And as far as the campaigning is going, I have a lot of help on that front from some family and friends. So I think I would be able to balance both out. I'll just be busy for a while. I just have to move really fast for a little bit.
I really don't have anything beyond.
Well, I have to say that Pete's questions were very good and certainly had answered questions that I had. What do you think, though, is maybe the most exciting part of having this transition?
I think the most exciting part is just for me, it's been in the campaigning has been the exciting part when I'm meeting people who I have helped with a pro se packet, or I stayed late to help them get a passport done, or I helped them get pointed in the right direction. They remember that interaction. And I've had a lot of them talking to me on the campaign trail, and that's something that I really want to continue. And I really love being the face of, I really look forward to being the face of our office, of being the guy that the people in the community know that if I needed to get a record search done, if I needed to get, sometimes you have somebody who needs a divorce decree from 1975 so they can get Social Security benefits. And they know that our office and that myself are the ones that step up to do it. I'm just really excited to be the face of public service. I always emphasize that our office is about public service. To me, that's the most satisfying part about the job. And that I really want to represent that. I'm really looking forward to representing that for Laramie and the surrounding communities.
Thank you. Is there any other questions or comments? Thank you for taking the time from your beloved family member to do this interview, and we certainly wish all the very best to you and your family. So we will see you sometime in the future here, and we'll let you know how the results end up. So thank you, Dwayne.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it this way. I'm sitting in the IMH's lobby and everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. I really appreciate you guys giving me an opportunity to do it this way.
Well, Dwayne, I sat in the lobby of State Fair and did a county commissioner meeting one time. And yeah, people do look at you kind of funny, but it just tells everybody we're busy doing our jobs. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day, you guys.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, do you have a preference between Michelle and Nicole or whoever's out there?
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter. In case one of them had to go back upstairs to cover for a minute. Whoever needs to do that upstairs.
I guess he can listen to the other ones now, right?
Come on in.
Yeah.
You're right.
And you don't-
You're very okay.
Michelle, I noticed that you got the memo
I got the memo.
today about wearing spots.
Oh, yes, I did.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me, I have, this is just the letter that I gave to the Republican committee. So that you guys can kind of have a little background on me.
So you may have your choice here because we're gonna ask you if you'd like to make an opening statement.
Okay,
So you can,
I do have a little opening
Okay,
statement
that's
that I
fine.
would like to start off with, but I just want you to know that our office staff has an excellent knowledge of the front office. Everybody there just is absolutely perfect in what they do. But at this time, I am the only one that knows what goes on in that back office for the clerk themselves. I would ask that you allow me to continue in this position until a new clerk is elected. This will allow for an uninterrupted transition to a new clerk. I feel very loyal to the position and the training that I have received from Stacy. And I want the very best for our office. I want it to continue the respect and the high regard that our office has been held by the public, the attorneys, and the offices within the courthouse and throughout the state. Our office is complimented frequently because of the care and respect that we give to whoever happens to come into contact with our office, good or bad. We treat everyone with dignity and respect. And I have always been so grateful to Albany County for my employment. It has allowed me to support my family, enjoy a wonderful and interesting work environment. Thank you.
that was very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, Pete.
All right, Michelle, thank you for putting your name in the ring here. Appreciate that. Are there any big items, events, or processes that need to happen in the next 6 months that you can see, and how would you deal with that?
There will be a winter meeting for the clerks. And that would just depend on who is appointed, but I think it's very important that we attend those meetings. The networking that the clerks do together is so important, that we are all working together to unify all the clerks throughout the state. So there would be that winter meeting that we would need to make sure somebody attended.
And so could your position would change if you received this position, as far as working with the members of your staff. Could you talk to me a little bit about how you work with people in the office, your staff members? What's your strategies for that?
Well, if I was appointed, I would start to, my goal would be to start working with Dwayne as far as what goes on in the office, just to get him a little bit more familiar with what goes on as far as the clerk's position. And hopefully, if he would happen to win the election, I would be there to help, get him going and make that transition a smooth one when he would be sworn in, or whoever. I can tell you that I have been approached by both candidates to stay and make sure that they with the transition. So whoever is elected, I am plan on being there to help with that transition. And we're training right now. We train where everybody is pretty much able to do whatever goes on in the office. And then we have maintained a status quo as of right now for the month of July, because we don't know who's going to be appointed. And I didn't feel it was appropriate for me to make any major decisions or changes in the office until someone was appointed. And then again, when someone is elected, they would have the opportunity to make those changes if they feel appropriate for the office. But I would start a lot of training with Dwayne as far as the things that go on that he would need to know to go forward with that position.
So the next 6 months is the appointed position we're talking about today. What would you like to have accomplished in those 6 months if you were appointed?
If I was appointed, I would just, like I said, maintain what we've got, make sure that everything is running smoothly. We have, I don't know that we have any major changes coming up with as far as our networking systems and our that kind of stuff. We've already done that. We've just done an upgrade with the Wyoming the state of Wyoming on the child support end of everything. So we've maintained and we've gotten it through most of the training and everything like that. I would just like to keep everything running smoothly. There is so much to the job, and Stacy made it look so easy. And I just, there's Supreme Court appeals and lower court appeals that have to be taken care of, and they're on such a time restraint that we just have to maintain those things to make sure that we are keeping up with whatever, is coming through the office.
Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate it.
Are there any jury trials coming up? Any heavy lifts for your office?
Not at this time. Yeah.
And is this gonna put you in an awkward position, bringing two different people up to speed without knowing the results of the election? Are you gonna have a problem balancing?
Oh, no. No. I have a very good working rapport with both of them, as far as that goes. Dwayne and I have worked together for many years, and I've been training him. I've already started training him on the daily books that we do and everything like that. My next goal would be to get him trained on doing bank statements and stuff like that, that are so important and such an important part of the job. And right now we do 2 different bank statements. We do one for our office and one for the child support system and everything. So to get him to where he can do those bank statements and, just get him on board with that kind of stuff.
And if I'm reading this correctly, you've got 24 years of experience.
I do.
Okay. Right?
Well, I remember when you first came in.
Yeah.
How much time would the person in this position need to spend outside of the 8 hours that the office is?
Hopefully not a lot, but there is some things that we would have to maintain control of outside of work hours. Especially if, like, I was gone on vacation, I would still need to maintain, as far as some of the banking information. We have the positive pay that we have to do. And so if we have something come through with that, we have to have it done, has to be done in a timely manner, or those checks get thrown back. So that's one of the things that I keep an eye on. Payments that come in over the payment portal. Those need to be taken care of, and they need to be maintained, whether I do it or if I'm out of the office and I get notification, I can forward it to someone in the office to do if I'm out of the office. I do know that as the chief deputy, I did spend a lot of time outside of work hours at my desk because I was very mindful of the other employees. I wanted them to be able to go at 5. And if there was things that needed to be cleaned up and finished up, I stayed to do that. And I would continue to do that. Make sure that the staff is able to maintain their lunch hours and be able to leave at 5. And I would take that on if anything needed to go past the 5 o'clock hour.
Did you get to take your lunch hours?
No, Stacy never got to leave. And I typically, Stacy and I typically work through the lunch hours just to maintain so that everybody, because court gets really kind of wishy-washy. We can have a hearing set, we're all set to go in, it gets canceled, it gets vacated. Or in the blink of an eye, we've got a new abuse and neglect petition. Those have to be done in a timely manner. We have to have somebody ready to go in for that hearing. So things just go back and forth. And so Stacy and I always were there during the lunch hour to allow everybody to go to lunch and make sure that the court hearings and everything we were available for those.
So what would be the most exciting part of you stepping in temporarily into Stacy's job?
The most exciting thing for me would probably be to carry on what Stacy has, how she has maintained our office and the reputation that she has with the clerks around the state. I would like to continue that. I would like to continue being in the forefront, you know, of all of this stuff. If there's something that comes up, we have always been the pilot program because we have always had such a reputation of being easy to work with. And I want to continue that. And that would be exciting if I could continue that on and, you know, keep her legacy going of of everything that because she has done a fabulous job, and she has an excellent reputation. And I would be so happy if that continued on for us.
Well, thank you. Any other questions? Did you have any questions or comment to us?
I don't. Thank you for allowing me to come in and talk to you. So I
Well,
appreciate
thank
that.
you for stepping up.
But yes, I just want to maintain, I would just like to maintain what we've got and keep things going. Okay?
Great. Thank you, Michelle.
Will you just, oh, I'll open the door, though. I think it's probably locked from the outside now. That's nothing. Okay, thanks. Come on.
Hello, good afternoon.
That's why you get the podium. Oh,
What's that?
you're good.
Yeah,
I was like,
some
you have my
letters, it's the same one that the Republican Party had, but.
So Nicole, we'll give you an opportunity to make an opening statement if you would like. And then each of us will ask a couple of questions.
Okay,
So
sounds good.
very, you know, pretty casual like we do about everything. So
Okay.
if you would like to make an opening statement, you certainly may do that now.
Yes, please. I know I have met all of you, but just as a technicality, my name is Nicole Trampy. I became an Albany County employee in 2005 with the Sheriff's Office. And I've been with the county ever since. I did 20 years with the Sheriff's Office, and now I'm currently with the Clerk of District Court.
Go ahead.
All right, so Nicole, thank you so much. Just a couple of questions for me. Are there any items, events, processes or progresses that have to be made in the next 6 months, and how would you go about dealing with those?
I don't think there's any major changes, but in general, I mean, the office functioning, I know that there's monthly timesheets and budgets and things like that that need to be done. Our previous clerk, Stacy Lamb, did a good job at leaving instructions and letting us know what exactly those would look like. So I would just follow through, ask lots of questions, try to find people who could help me with it if I didn't know exactly what it was, but obviously stay on top of the different tasks.
And if you receive disappointments, obviously the personnel interactions would change. What's your personnel management style with staff members or people that you're to supervise?
So when I was supervising over at the detention center, I always wanted to work as a team. I always tried to stay humble. You know, even if you are higher ranked or in a different title as people, it doesn't necessarily make you any better than other people. So you need to supervise, but working as a team, especially with this office. My coworkers right now and my supervisors right now are fantastic. And I think we would just work together as a team.
And this is a 6-month position, and then there'll be an election and somebody will start in January. What would you hope to accomplish in the 6 months if you were to be appointed?
I would hope to keep the office at the standard that it is now. I truly respect this office. I feel that we are extremely helpful. I feel that we have a good reputation, and I'd like to continue that. I would like to just keep the good name and keep it at status quo and make sure everything that needs to be done continues. That way for whoever does get elected in come January, hopefully it would just be an easy transition.
Thanks, Nicole. That's all I have.
Being as how it's an election year and everybody's politicking, is it gonna put you in an awkward position where one of your colleagues and one of the folks across the hall is running for office, or are you gonna be able to work between the two and provide for a comfortable transition come election results?
I don't believe it's gonna be an issue. I work well with others. I work well with people telling me what to do. I try not to overstep because I did go from the administrator of a detention center to low man on the totem pole. But in general, I get along really well with the two candidates currently. I would willingly work for both of them. And again, this office has always been a team, and I truly believe it's gonna stay that way.
So what's most, if you're appointed to this position, what's the most exciting part of being appointed?
I would be proud to have the title, just because it is such a great office. When the position for clerk of district court came open, I was so excited because I always talked about being a court clerk would be just the coolest second career. And then I got the opportunity to do it. I feel that the Albany County District Court has been known in such a positive light for so long that I'm proud to be part of it. And I think the title saying now I'm running it for a little bit would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything
No,
else
no.
to, do you have any comments that you'd like to make to us?
I don't believe so. I feel that for the most part, you guys know me. I do have the supervision experience, but I would gladly work under Michelle and Dwayne. Technically, they're both currently my supervisors anyway. I am just here to help where I can and fill in where it's needed and when it's needed.
Well, thank you very much for stepping up and applying for this because it's always good to have choices. And thank you and really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So now we're gonna go into executive session so that you guys can discuss and deliberate outside of the public eye on a personnel matter. And then once we come out, you could announce your candidate and then we have a draft resolution that would include and then we'll fill in the name and get it ready so that it can be executed.
Think we need this?
I was trying to think back.
One district court clerk wanting to know what the decision was. I'm like, no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, so,
Well, that'll do it.
that difference can take care of anything. I need a motion to move into executive session.
Madam Chairman, we enter into executive session pursuant to Wyoming statute, title 16-4-45A, subsection W. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We're into executive.
Resume. Okay. You're good to go.
Okay. May I have a motion to return to regular session?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 41, action if needed regarding executive session.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve resolution 2026-019, resolution temporarily appointing Michelle Travang, Albany County District County Clerk, until a successor is elected at the next general election and takes office.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 42, approval of resolution. Did we just do that?
Yeah, he just did it
Okay.
in the.
And 43, excuse me. Approval payroll and vouchers for July 2026.
Madam Chair, move that we approve payroll and voucher for July 2026.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, aye. Item 44, seeing no further business for the Board of County Commissioners, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
So we're sending it up to the
Michelle.
district
Oh.
or to no. This is what happens when you don't hustle back from executive session. This is.
No, well, Jen was in the,
Are you
in
gonna send
the
an
office
email
over there,
to
so I thought
real quick and
you were waiting on her.
Oh, no, Mona hit me up
Like, you
yesterday,
said,
McCauley, and, well, who'd you pick?
just an email.
That's tomorrow, Mona. Tomorrow, I'll let you,
Just
well, I
to
want
let
to
them
know.
all
Be
know.
patient, Mona.
Not in her vocabulary,
No. I love Mona.
not even a little.
Okay.
Okay.
And she's quiet and she escalates quickly, I can tell you that.
Yeah, you would not look at her and think that she could be.
No, because if it's Mona's problem, yeah, she'll eventually make it the judge's problem. In short order.
Well, I've decided that these little mini bars make me cough.
Oh, dude, what are you allergic to in there?
I don't have any idea.
Hmm.
But something, so
Right.
I'll be trading them out for some other kind of snack.
Yeah, right now.
I know. I hate to go up there because the last week, so I'm just gonna.
Just wait one second, go. I work all scheduled those interviews this week. I was gonna see it last week and I was like, we need to get done. But I was like, they're just interviews. This doesn't have to be an overriding priority. So, I know. So we'll get it done this week. So. Very good. Stacy, it's always good to see your face.
Oh, it's good to see yours too. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Now that is exactly how that's supposed to run.
I was kind of surprised the Republicans actually put the suggested person on the list too.
When that list came out, I said to Caleb, oh my gosh, there was reasonableness that happened in this list.
I know,
I was worried.
I was.
Yeah, me too.
I was a little concerned, just. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing the players
Just
involved.
because, yeah. Just because I feel like you just never really know how they're gonna,
Well, you don't.
Oh, no.
you think they're gonna go one way and then they go totally opposite.
Yeah. Just want to let you all know too, I found my email from Jake when mute her in the recording, baby
Oh,
says.
gosh.